met the press. Bishamo MP before I'm here, now, yeah, kaikalization. All right, now this is what happened when Akufo-Addo met the press. Compare this to Mahama's meet the press.
Akufo-Addo opened up his administration for questioning. Over 100 journalists were present. 70 journalists indicated they had questions. At the end, only 14 journalists got the opportunity. The engagement was supposed to start at 5 p.m. Well, it started 30 minutes late. The president then spent about 40 minutes delivering a statement on his achievements. Well, after 14 male journalists asked questions, the press encounter ended at 7 p.m.
Mr. Charles Techibwedu has a question on international relations.
Can we stop there? Can we just stop there? That will be the 7 o'clock, especially Charles Techibwedu. He's my good friend. Let's stop with Charles Techibwedu.
Please step up to the microphone. Please step up to the microphone.
Let's stop with Charles Techibwedu.
Well, we did the maths and we realized that journalists just got 55 minutes to ask questions. But the 55 minutes also factors in answers from the president and his ministers. We all know the president spent several minutes answering questions. So could we, in all honesty, describe this as a presidential encounter with the press? This encounter has been described as the worst ever in the history of the Fourth Republic by some.
For me, I think this, I would say, is the worst ever presidential media encounter that I've witnessed since the inception of the Fourth Republic. I think that what really happened, in my view, was literally the president addressing the nation, kind of a, as they used to say, a state broadcast. And perhaps it was about spicing it up with media people being present in the room and maybe garnishing it with the opportunity of a few journalists being given the chance to ask questions.
Well, the president and the NPP, who had benefited enormously from the work of civil society organizations when he was leading the NPP in opposition, had a word for them.
What about the attacks by the think tanks and the opposition on policies? Is that right? This is what we have all fought for a long time, an open society that allows everybody to express their views on government policy and develop alternative views, support, as the case may be. But one thing that is becoming clear to me is that it seems that every step that we want to take to modernize our society, to initiate the process of transformation, is met with resistance by our opponents.
Well, some civil society groups are not happy and have described his posturing as disrespectful. Now, these are concerns. Why should the president agree to meet up with journalists when he had no time on his hands? We know the president has stated that he is in a hurry. Could that be the reasons he abruptly ended his engagement with the media? Only 14 questions were asked. None from female journalists, none. Perhaps governments forgot their commitment to gender balance. I hope you get the point. This is indeed regrettable.
Now, sorry, the sound was off. We're back with sound. Now, when you listen to what the woman was saying, and you listen to what they are saying today, compare the two meet the press by both presidents. Compare what happened recently when John Mahama met the press, and compare what the same Joy News, the same fake news Joy News, the same Jandam Joy News, the same cocaine media Joy News. See the way they are reporting on John Mahama meeting the press, and see the gap between John Mahama's meet the press and the gap and Akufo-Addo's meet the press.